The judicial branch is the court system. The test asks for one part of it, and two answers are accepted: the Supreme Court or the federal courts. At the very top is the Supreme Court, the highest court in the United States. This module covers what the courts do, how many seats are on the Supreme Court, how many justices are needed to decide a case, and how long justices serve and why. Every final answer is taught here, in full. What does the judicial branch do? The accepted answers are: it reviews laws, it explains laws, it resolves disputes, disagreements about the law, and it decides if a law goes against the Constitution. You only need to name one of those to answer the question. Deciding whether a law goes against the Constitution is the most important one. Courts can strike down a law that conflicts with the Constitution. Anchor it, reviews, explains, resolves disputes, and decides if a law breaks the Constitution. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? 9. There are 9 seats, 9 justices. How many justices are usually needed to decide a case? 5. 5 is a majority of 9. These are 2 different questions with 2 different numbers. 9 is the size of the court. 5 is the number it usually takes to decide. Anchor it in one phrase: 9 sit, 5 decide. Say it that way every time, and you will never swap them. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? For life. A lifetime appointment, until they retire. Any of those wordings is accepted. Why for life? The official answers: to be independent of politics and to limit outside political influence. Because justices never face re-election, they can decide a case based on the law, not on what is popular at the moment. Anchor it: life term, so they stay independent of politics. The number one mistake in this module is mixing up 9 and 5. 9 is the number of seats on the Supreme Court, the size of the court. 5 is the number of justices usually needed to decide a case, a majority. Do not say there are 5 seats, and do not say 9 are needed to decide. Lock the phrase: 9 sit, 5 decide. Here is the full module in one frame. The judicial branch is the courts. The Supreme Court is the highest court. What it does: reviews laws, explains laws, resolves disputes, and decides if a law goes against the Constitution. Numbers: 9 seats, 5 usually needed to decide a case. Tenure: justices serve for life, to stay independent of politics. Nothing was held back. You know it. The next step is making each answer come out instantly, even under interview pressure. Prove it to yourself. Cover the screen. Out loud: what is the highest court in the United States? Now the numbers. How many seats are on the Supreme Court, and how many justices are usually needed to decide a case? Then, how long do justices serve? Compare with the lesson. The Supreme Court: 9 seats, 5 to decide, for life. If 9 and 5 came out in the right places, you are ready to drill. If you paused, that pause is the gap the practice room closes.